I got a message the other day from my friend Melissa, who just got a new camera and was having some issues with her audio. She said, "Hey Nick, I'm having trouble with the sound on my new camera. It keeps getting louder and then quieter when I'm filming my videos. Do you know why this might be happening?" As a matter of fact, I do. Hey friend, Nick here with Glacier Rock Media, where we help creative entrepreneurs make better audio and video and leverage their content to grow their audience, their influence, and their income. If that's something you're interested in, then consider subscribing so you don't miss any of my future videos. Now this happens when your camera is set to auto mode for audio. Now every brand and camera might call it something different, or they might not have something called auto mode, but that's what's going on. So what that is there's a compressor or a limiter built into the camera that will boost the overall volume so that it's loud enough to hear, and then when you start talking, it'll turn the volume down a little bit. So it tries to even out differences in volume, which can be great if when you're talking you have quite a bit of variation. If you're talking kind of quietly and then you get really loud, it kind of evens out those peaks and valleys. And it can be really problematic when you're cutting, because you're gonna get these weird like flare-ups of this background noise and this hiss, and it is a nightmare to edit. The way to fix this is to go into your audio settings and manually adjust the input and turn it down. So some cameras have an actual auto mode. A lot of Canon cameras, for example, have this, and you'll go into your menu and scroll to the section for video settings, and you'll find an item called sound recording. Click that and make sure that's set to manual, and then go down to the record level option and start adjusting the level so that it's a lot lower. Now I made a video all about how to get the best sound from your camera, so definitely check that out if you need a little bit more guidance. But the main thing I want to say here is you want to set your input as low as you can so that you can still hear everything, but that you're reducing the amount of hiss or background noise that your camera's preamp is adding to the audio. Now I also have a Sony camera, it's an A7 III, and a lot of their cameras are real similar, at least in that same line. So on page 2, in movie 2, there's an option for audio recording level. So go into there, and this one doesn't have an auto mode, but it essentially automatically has auto mode, if that makes sense. That sounds a bit redundant. But if you turn the volume up and it gets to where any of the signal is gonna peak, it'll automatically compress it and bring it down. So when the level is just set way too high, it's gonna have this pumping effect of turning you down and turning the background up and just nastiness. So go in there and just dial back the settings to where you are still making the meter move when you talk, but it's really low so that you're not introducing too much background hiss in there. And then you want to just play with it and find the right volume for you. So what I would do is get everything set up and do some tests. So just talk for a little bit, speak loudly, speak quietly, and then go into the computer and make sure that it sounds good and that you're happy with the results. And if you're not, just keep playing with it until you find just the right volume for you. I hope you found this helpful, and I hope I solved your problem. If I did, give me a thumbs up. If I didn't, maybe put in the comments, because maybe I can help you figure out what's going on. And also share this with someone if you know someone who makes videos and might have problems with their audio. I'd really appreciate that. And if you want 3 of my best tips for getting the best audio that you can, go to glacierrockmedia.com/better audio and get your free copy today. All right, that's all I got for this one. I'll see you in the next one. If there's any kind of background noise, it can get really annoying and sound something like this. Okay. So now I went ahead and switched my Sony A7 III into what I would call auto mode. Yeah, that's nasty.